to my series on overcoming overwhelm as a female entrepreneur. I'm Victoria of Flaming Flamingo, and I'm a business coach to you female entrepreneurs who want to gain clarity, focus and clear pathways to profitability within your business. So this series is looking at the different ways that can lead to us feeling overwhelmed when we're running a business. And as I said in my previous video, also filmed in my car, that often it all starts when we start becoming overstretched. And today I just wanted to talk to you about some of the things that you could be doing in your business that might be leading you to feel overstretched. And then I want to look at what you can also be doing in your business to combat that feeling of being overstretched. So first up is often when we start a business, I know lots of the entrepreneurs I work with run creative businesses. That's where my passion lies, is helping you run your creative business. And for many of you, your passion is the product, the thing you create, whether it be an artist, a textile artist, a social media manager, whatever your creation is, that is where your passion is. So you're often absolutely full of ideas and passion for your product, but quite often the business side of things is just not naturally where your talents lie. And as a result, you maybe don't plan, you don't forecast, you haven't looked at where your ideal customer might be, who your ideal customer might be, you haven't nailed your branding, and your messaging is just not clear. And as a result, you're not really sure what it is in terms of business you're putting out there. You're just putting stuff out there, and it's random, and there's no real plan. And so then you start to panic because you're not really getting much engagement on what you're putting out there. And so you start to think, I'm doing it wrong, I need to do this. And someone gives you a little bit of advice and you go, oh, that's it, I'm going to do that. That's what I need to do. And then that's not really working for you. And then you try something different, and you put another bit of advice that somebody's given you into play, and that doesn't work, and you can't really understand what it is because you're doing everything you could possibly be doing. You're completely overstretched, but still you're feeling like your message isn't clear, or you're not making as many sales as you'd hoped, or you're not getting as many opportunities as you'd hoped for. So what can you do to stop all of that happening? What things can you put into place to make sure that you don't go down this route? First of all, is having a really solid plan behind you in terms of the basic foundations of your business. And when I talk about that, I mean, have you sat down and thrashed out all of your whys, why you're doing it, what drives you, what you're passionate about, what you hope to achieve, why you create the things you create, why you offer the services you offer. So once you've thrashed all that out, you should have a much clearer, holistic picture of your business. And next up, you need to think about, okay, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, but what is it that I'm offering to other people? What problem? This is often described as a problem. What problem is it I'm solving on behalf of my clients and my customers? And often if you're in a creative business or you're creating a product, this can feel really difficult because you can say, well, I create works of art, this isn't solving someone's problem, this is a luxury item, this is something someone might indulge in. But actually, if you really think, narrow it down, ask previous clients, if you look really closely at why people are buying from you, you'll actually probably be able to uncover and unpick that there is a motivation behind their purchase. They're not just randomly stumbling upon you on the internet and buying something from you. So you need to really narrow that down, and having that clear, who you're serving, who your ideal client is often referred turn to is, and what their problem is the next trick. And then thirdly, it's looking at all of the other little details around your business. What do you want to do in the next year? Breaking that down into what do you want to do in the next 6 months, and the next month, how are you going to do those things? So for example, if you want to start to create a mailing list so that you own your own contacts, because on social media we don't own any of our own content, we don't own any of the followers or likes that we have, so if it all disappeared overnight we wouldn't have any of that customer information. So maybe you decide to have some of these things as your goals for the year. Having all of these things planned and underpinned in your business as your foundations means that whenever you start to feel overwhelmed or overstretched, you've got something to fall back on. When someone offers you a new opportunity, rather than just automatically saying, yes, I can do that, I'll do that, I can do that for you, even though you're thinking in the back of your mind, it's not really what I want to do, it's not really where my business goes, you can then, with some confidence, say, actually no, that's not for me, because it's not what your passion is, it's not where your purpose lies, these are not your ideal clients, it's not where you want to take your business, it's not part of your goals, it's not something you're planning for. So you start to take on less and focus really directly on the things that you have planned. So let's just quickly recap over that, because I've said a lot in 6 very short minutes. You're often feeling overstretched because you are not focusing on the fundamental foundations of your business, your whys and your whos and your hows. And those 3 things, if you figured those out and got those really crystal clear, it helps you focus where you need to put your energy, and that can help you. Now I'm saying this kind of tentatively because we are all human and we are all, including myself, very capable of just going off on a tangent and forgetting ourselves and completely making plans and goals and then forgetting to stick to them. So we're not perfect, but if you find yourself feeling these feelings that I discussed in my first video as the signs of being overwhelmed, go back and look at the plans that you have made for your business. And if you haven't made the plans, figure out how to do it. Maybe it's gaining the help of someone like myself who can sit with you and work this out. Maybe it's finding a trusted business friend or partner. Go back to your foundations and figure out what it is you wanted to achieve within your business, and is the current things you're doing, are they aligned with where you wanted your business to be? If not, it's time to do some work. So thank you for listening. I'm Victoria Kennedy of Flaming Flamingo Biz. You can find me on Instagram, obviously, and you can also find my website, flamingflamingo.co. Thank you.